cheerleaders to the Gatorade. I just love everything about basketball. So that's probably my introduction to basketball. I'm an Atlanta native. Grew up in Southeast Atlanta, Cleveland Avenue, and we played at the park. And so playing at the park, just you kind of you're tough or you're not tough, you know. And I learned from the old heads how to conduct myself and be respectful to the game, and so that's what I try to do now for my kids is show them the right way to play, um, the team game, the individual training part of it, um, and now it's jumping to a whole different. It's crazy now because the NIL and all that stuff, and that's something I don't know as much about, but I wish I knew about it when I was playing though. So, um, yep. So I played at Norcross High School, graduated, and then I went to a school called Francis Marion, Division II school in South Carolina. Went there for 2 years, transferred to University of North Georgia, played there for 2 years, then I got drafted to the World Basketball Association. I played for the Gainesville Knights for 2 years and Atlanta Vision for 2 years. So I played some semi-pro ball, and just the love of it and just the love of basketball just kept playing, and it's been treating me well. And so I moved to coaching and started college coaching, assistant college coaching at Reinhardt University and then at Shorter University. And then I wanted to crack at the head coaching job. And so put my name out there, and I was going the high school route, and I was going to jump right back into college, and then kind of fell in love with the Walker School. People are great, administration is great, and then the kids are even better. So I just want to give back to the youth before they even get to college, and so that's why I'm still here at the Walker School, and I'm loving every bit of it. We got a pretty good team, really good point guard, Katie Hernandez, sophomore. He's tremendous. Knows the game inside and out. Got a wing / point, Lorenzo McCorvey. He's about 6'5", getting interest all over the country. I got a sniper that don't miss, 53%. He can shoot it. Anderson Carey. Then I got Patrick Beverly locked down. Sean Knowles. I mean, he is Patrick Beverly to the T. So he helps us get over the hump. And then we got a new kid in. We call him Long Hair Don't Care. His name is Devin, and he can shoot it too, man. He's energetic, and we're gonna need all of that come Saturday because Johns Creek's a real team.
Certainly, coach. So I want to go back. Obviously, you said what you want to do. You want to kind of dip your toe a little bit in high school and then eventually get back to college. And I know you locked in with Walker. So let's just say down the line. We're not talking this year, next year. Just down the line, you do what you're supposed to do. You deliver a championship. You know what I'm saying, or a couple championships to Walker. You know what I'm saying, ideally, and the opportunity is there for college.
Yeah.
What do you do in that situation? Again, it's just hypothetical. Just curious.
Absolutely. So I'm a praying man. So I pray and see if that's the right decision. Talk to my wife. I got two little ones, a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. And so whatever makes sense for my family, then I'll make a decision from my family. Right now, it's not about me anymore. It's about my wife and my kids. And so now if it was before my wife and kids in a college job opened up and it was something that I really was interested in a place that I was really interested at, then I would really, really think about it just because college players are already developed and you go pick your team. And whereas at the Walker School, we don't go out recruiting. Our school kind of recruits itself, which we love that. So I'm pretty happy and content where I'm at. It would take a special situation for me to leave.
Got you. All right, back to Walker, coach. So obviously a great program on and off the court. So I think for like so many times we just focus on basketball. So I want to focus on the education piece or just what Walker offers these kids, outside of just basketball, right? What does this program mean? And by that, coach, I just mean like I know you're developing young men. I know you're developing young women as well. Just what do they do outside of that sport of basketball where they can just become just not just a law-abiding citizen, but really make a change and an impact in the world?
Yes, sir. That's a great question. It's a highly academic school. Um, just from community service to, uh, giving back during uh, different like really different faith-based must ministries, and our school just keeps pouring into the community because the community is pouring into the Walker School. So teaching young men and young women how to be young men and young women is probably what we do best. And then the class sizes are 13, 14 kids to one teacher, and so you actually know the kid, you know the parents, and there's a relationship there. So if I would say the secret sauce to the Walker School is relationships, and that's kind of what gets them through school, and once they graduate, they can go to the Harvards and the Georgia Techs and the whatever school you think is pretty high academic. Our kids can go there and do pretty well there.
Okay. Now back to you, Coach. I know you wouldn't be at Walker, as you just mentioned. I know you're a very faith-based man. So, if you don't mind sharing, I know sometimes this could be a touchy topic, but just talk about just faith for you, Coach. Like, what does that mean to you? Obviously, I know you're probably a God-fearing man. Just what does faith and belief in God just mean to you?
Absolutely. It means everything. It's the reason why I'm breathing right now, and it's the reason why I'm on this call with you guys. Nothing happens by mistake. And so he's opened every door that I've had. He's closed the doors that I shouldn't have had. And so I lay my life into his hands, and I try to be the best man I can possibly be, knowing that I'm going to make mistakes and knowing that I'm going to do something wrong, not because I tried to, just because I'm human. And if I can model that to our kids, that our players, then I feel like that's what I'm here for, to be a role model, a faith-based role model, or really anything they need. You're not just a coach of X and O's. You're a counselor,
Mentor.
mentor. I mean, the whole thing. When they're having problem with girls, you can say, "Hey, this is what I would, this is what I would do," or if they're having problems with grades or whatever it may be. If I don't know the answer, I will try to find the answer.
Certainly. Okay, back to your team. We know they're talented, Coach. So basketball is like kind of one of those ultimate team sports, right? So how do you just get in, through to these kids, and when everything's kind of just me culture and all about me and how can I get my stats and my points? How do you get them to buy into, okay, we are a unified bunch, we're gonna do it, we're gonna play the right way, and that's gonna allow us to be successful?
Yes, sir. So our motto is together we climb, and we talk about that before and after practice and before and after games, because uh, doing things by yourself is lonely. And I had so I'm the all-time leading scorer at Norcross High School, as far as points. And there's been some great players that come through there, but I went there for 3.5 years. So some of those guys only went for a year or two. And I never won a state title because I was selfish. And
Mm,
I didn't know I was selfish until I figured out what selfish was. And so I let them know that. They look up stats, they see I'm in the Hall of Fame there, and they're like, man. And then so my things that happened to me in my career, I kind of lay it on them and let them know, hey, this is what could happen if you're selfish. You could get all the points, all the assists, all the rebounds, all that, and not accomplish whatever the goal is, the team goal. And so we relate that to life. If you get into a relationship and you think about me, then you're gonna be divorced real quick, or you're gonna lose
true.
your kids real quick. So if you can practice playing for one another, like getting out of yourself and jump into your team, then that's the kind of culture we have. And if you come watch us play, whoever come watches us play, we play that way. We preach that and we practice that and we play that way. So I think that's where the success comes from, is because we do it together.
For you, Coach, my assurance is just, when did that kind of become apparent? Was that reminiscent about your career? Was that when you begin picked up coaching back in college? Was that after your playing days was over? Like, when did you kind of know like that was the case, and how did you go about just correcting that? Because that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, so high school it hit that I was selfish after I got to college and figured out what a team is. And so when I was fortunate to leave college and play professional, which is all selfish ball, in my opinion, from what I went through. You got to get yours, or nobody's going to pick you up or pay you or whatever it may be. And I figured out that's not who I was. Um,
Mm,
I'm not a selfish person, and I thought I was doing the right thing, and it wasn't feeling right. So um, I think it came from that. I actually got fired at halftime of my fourth year of playing. My fourth year playing, we were 6-0. I had 6 points, 4 assists, 3 steals, and probably 4 rebounds. And I was a point guard, 6'2" point guard,
mm.
and I had some players around me. And general manager called me as we're going into halftime, said, "Hey, Brickhouse, can you stay out for a second?" And he let me go right there. He said, you're not scoring enough." And that's when that was my last time playing professional ball. So I just kind of allow my story to let those guys hear my story and see what comes of it. You take it in and do what you want with it. And so I think that's what started it.
I step in, Coach. Oftentimes, to stay on the same type. Oftentimes, we grow up, saying, we're young, we don't know different things. Like you said, you didn't know you were selfish. Just, I'm saying, what led you down that road to, to get your own points? Was it, saying, outside influence, people in the neighborhood? I mean, we look for you, we look to score, or was it just you was trying to just shed a light on yourself to get college coaches to give you a shot?
Absolutely. I think all the above. I think my neighborhood, which I grew up in the inner city, but my dad got a job out in Norcross, and so that's why I ended up going to Norcross High School. And so in my neighborhood, they were always saying, "Brickhouse gonna get out. He's gonna get out. He's gonna get out. He's gonna get out." And so I was thinking I needed to do great for my neighborhood, and so I thought I had to do great for my neighborhood instead of doing we have to do great for our neighborhood. And so that kind of started it. And then, people would come to the games, colleges would come into the games, and I feel like I had to drop points in order to get recruited. And so, yeah, everything that you just mentioned, it just added up, added up, added up, added up. But it never felt right inside. Get mine, get mine, get mine. And so now we try to coach our guys to play as a team, because when colleges come watch you, they're not watching to see if you're getting yours. They want to know if you can play in their system and play in a family oriented program.
One more question I'm gonna throw back to you now. I know you got some more questions. You weren't done, brother, but I'll get one more in with Coach before I let loose. But anyway, Coach, you had to walk to school. You know what I mean? You're is that school in Marietta? I think it's
Yep, right off Parkway.
So you're at a school in Marietta, but you know what I'm saying, coming from the environments, you know what I mean, we come from, you know what I mean, like you say, you from Cleveland Ave, you know what I mean. Those coaches, they may not see the bigger picture, and they could be from the neighborhood as well. So how should a kid navigate that situation with so much pressure on him? That may realistically, he may be one of the best assist man in the nation, but he's trying to get 40 every night.
Yeah, great question. It's hard, because you got to have somebody that believes in you, and then you got to have somebody that's got the connections that can get you to where you need to get to. Because I still got a lot of friends that's sitting on the porch right now, and just watching the cars go by, and so it's my dad. If my dad didn't take that job in Norcross, I could have been the same person sitting on the corner watching the cars go by and not helping these young men that I have now, or the young men in college, or or anybody that God allows me to touch. So that's a tough one. And I'm gonna get on myself a little bit. I got to go back I got to go back there and try to find somebody and get them out, because my dad got me out, and maybe their fathers aren't able to get them out. So that's a great question, though.
100%. My brother, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Looked frozen a little bit.
Yeah. I think you might be.
Yeah.
Take your time, brother.
Sorry about that, y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, y'all. My internet's been funky. But Coach, just wanted to ask. Obviously, you're talking about your journey and how you want to just affect people. Just talk about how the community is just there at Walker, and the support that you get, not just from administration, but the fans, the parents, everybody that tunes into you to watch you guys.
Yes, super supportive. They support my dreams. They support the way I discipline, how we hold kids accountable. If we need new jerseys, they are very supportive, and I feel nothing but support. And that's why it would have to be a special situation in order for me to leave the Walker School. Many coaches don't feel the way I feel, because there's no parents that are waiting on me after the game talking about playing time. That mean they know the way we run our stuff, and everything is earned. So you either earn the right to play more, or you earn the right not to play. And so we talk about earning. You're always earning. You're always being evaluated. And I've just been treated so well, so welcome. And it's a great place, though, man. It's a great place. It's a great place to have a bad day. And I don't know if you guys have ever, been at a place like that, but it's a great place to have a bad day. If you got a bad day,
not yet.
I get it. It's hard to leave something like that when you already know the way a lot of companies are, how people are, and so yeah.
Okay. Now you talked about earning it, Coach. My last one, if I throw the bacon. You talk about earning it. Just what are some pillars or some things you hold your team accountable for? Like, hey, you got to do this. Is it playing hard?
Yeah.
Is it defense? Like, what are things that players have to do to play for you?
Yes, sir. Defense is our foundation as far as playing on court. We love defense. I mean, absolutely. Just absolutely love defense. I hope you guys come check us out a few times just to see what our defense looks like. The communication piece. If you communicate on the court, then you're going to communicate with your mom, your dad, your girlfriend, your teacher, your boss. And when you own your own business, you're going to want people to communicate with you. So defensive communication is huge in our program. Opening doors up for women and old people. We're really just hitting the foundation, and we stick with the foundation, and we're not very exotic about anything we do. There's things that your parents taught you, things that my parents taught me, and we try to hammer those things home. And then our school, they support what we're trying to do. So defensive communication is probably the biggest too.
Yeah, I just want you to talk, because I feel like you got a message to tell to the people, but just talk about the process. You know what I mean? Like I got a Conrad right now. He's going through out of college, been out of college for some time, and he's just training kids. So just talk about the process that you had to go through from leaving the pro league to, getting a first job, coaching, how that went, how should they conduct themselves in order to put yourself in the position to where you're at now, being a tenured head coach.
Yeah, man. It is a journey. And resilience. You got to have resilience in whatever you do. And I've been told no. I was actually, I'm not going to put anybody out, but it was probably about 16, 17 schools in the Atlanta Metro that said I wasn't good enough because I didn't have prior head coaching. And I'll leave it at that. But there's a few, and we've played them a few times, and I had to kind of get it out of me and get some wind on them so I could feel good about what had transpired. But they actually landed me in a better situation. So it's a journey. You got to be resilient. And then once you know what you want, then you go you go after it and you keep going after it, and you're gonna get no's, you're gonna get some yeses, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get that, but staying with something is probably the best the best thing you can have right now in your toolbox
Mm.
when a lot of people are kind of shallow, or they say they're going to be on a call at 8 o'clock, and then they text you or don't text you and say I can't make it, or like that's a small you wasting somebody else's time. So just being resilient and doing what you say you're going to do is probably put you ahead of a lot of people just by doing that.
Absolutely. Those are good principles is to definitely land. I would try to strive to be on time. You know, on our shows, I'd be a little late every so often, but nah, I just always, always on time. We just have each other's back. But you talked about, you said doors closing for you. You just talked about how early on the door closed for you. You know what I'm saying? How do you navigate and kind of just know when, or the door's gonna close? You gonna see the door close. You're not gonna get the opportunity. But like, how do you know? Is you trust your gut? And how how do you move into knowing?
Yeah, I'm at a point. Well, I'm definitely at a point now that I put all my eggs in the basket with Jesus, with God.
Absolutely.
That if something happens, it was meant to happen, and then I don't question it now. 12 years ago, 15 years ago, I'm like, what did I do wrong? Or am I too tall? Or did I wear the right suit? Or like I would second guess myself why I didn't get a job. Those 16 or 17 schools that said no, why did they say no to me? It can't be it can't all be for not having head coach experience, because you can't get experience without getting a chance. So, now it's whatever. Okay, if it don't work, we'll go after the next thing and keep going hard at stuff. And then once it happens, it happens. But then it's tough when you're younger, because you don't see, you don't see life for what it is, and if you don't have a strong foundation, whether it's at home, whether it's in faith, then it seems like the world's against you.
That's facts. That's real talk right there, man. But Coach Brick, you know what I'm saying? How have you changed? You talked about it a little bit, just seeing life for what it is, but specifically on the court, and even as a person, if you want to elaborate on that, how have you changed from young Coach Brick to more seasoned? I ain't gonna call you old, Coach. You know what I'm saying? I don't see any grays.
I got a few, but it don't matter. Like, I'm glad to be. So I just turned 44.
Later.
A lot of people don't make it to 44, so that's the way I look at it. And so if someone want to call me old, seasoned, great, I'm like, yes, I am. I made it. Now you got to make it. You know what I'm saying? The young me I had a little bit of, a little more swag and a little arrogance, a little cockiness. And so now I understand now cockiness gets you beat. Confidence wins you games, or wins you the girl, or wins you the award, or wins you the promotion. Being confident in what you do. I think I was a little cocky back then, and maybe that's what turned the 16 to 17 high schools off. And I keep bringing that part up is just because, like, I'm just glad to be here, but somebody told me that I wasn't good enough, or I felt that way, that I wasn't good enough. And all the ball I played, and all the people I met, and all the people I've learned from, whether it's players and coaches, administration, and then you tell me I'm not good enough, is that drives my motor. That makes me better. So I thank you to the people that said I wasn't good enough.
Absolutely. Hot topic today is it's a lot of talk about the ego. You know what I mean? And you kind of touched on which all boils down to the ego. Is the ego necessary, or should you move without the ego?
You got to have a little ego in what you do. If you don't have any ego, that means you didn't prepare. That's the confidence. Now, there's an ego of confidence and there's an ego of cockiness. So you got to figure out how to navigate through that. In my opinion, you got to figure out how to navigate between those two. But I do think you got to have you got to have some swag. Like you got to have a little bit, or you're gonna be in last place.
Nah, I know you still got some swag. You talk about you wear suits. I know you probably roll around with something like this. Just got the Walker Score and the Wolverine on it. But just talk what you dressing in these days. You a suit guy in your leisure time? What you wearing, Coach?
Well, I'm chilling because I got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, and their hands are greasy, and so I don't want them to mess up my clothes. So I usually got a nice pair of sweats on and a Walker shirt when I'm in the school setting. If I'm out and about, then I root for my Atlanta teams, and so I'll have that sweater on, or I'm a faithful person though.
Yeah, Coach, you
whether
got Ryan jersey now.
I'm about the west side with that one, man.
hey, he's the greatest Falcon we've had. I mean, if you're looking for accomplishments, he got MVP in the league. He made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he did that.
Offensive coordinator that didn't call the right play. Now, then he was the Super Bowl. Now, I'm a Deion Sanders fan. Like I'm Deion, I'm Michael Vick, all that. Bijan Robinson might be the best player. If he don't get hurt, he might be the best player to ever play for the Falcons. But I'm through and through Falcons, man. Like,
Hawks too?
Hawks too, man.
Oh, man.
I'm a Dominique Wilkins fan. My favorite player. I don't think he's the best player, but he's my favorite player because he visited my school, Cleveland Avenue Elementary, when I was little, and cheerleaders and all that. And so my heart's with the Atlanta Hawks.
Last one I thought about the Notch, Coach. Who did you play like? I haven't seen any of your fans. Who did you play like back in the day?
A lot of people say I play like D Wade.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can't argue with that. Like D Wade was that guy. He was that guy. I mean, I thought I jumped like Dominique. I thought I shot the ball like Chris Mullen or Ray Allen or whoever I thought I did, but I didn't. But I wasn't bad. I wasn't bad. So D Wade.
So athletic two-way guard.
Yeah, I wasn't bad. I wasn't bad.
Okay. Modest. Go ahead.
Coach, I do want to ask you even probably a more personal question, but I feel like I've been gaining just a lot from you, just even in this conversation of just how to approach life and how to deal with different stuff. So kind of a two-parter, Coach. How do you just deal with like adversity? Personally, for me, like I've just the whole past week, 2 weeks, I've been dealing with a lot of like personal adversities, trying to power through it. But like, what would you say is the best method to go about that? And then two, not trying to make it about race, but what do you think it takes to be maybe a successful just African American or man of minority, you know what I'm saying, in order to just do things the right way and being able to have success?
Yeah, two great questions. First one, well, let me do second first. Second one, that's a real question, and to be an African American in America is a tough deal. I got two thoughts about that. Do you allow what has happened in the past and is still happening in a subtle way define you and make you do what ultimately America wants us to do as African American men, or do you do your research and you know the history and you don't allow it to shape you or steer you down the way America might mean or want us to go as African Americans? So African American men especially. Going into the first question, I think having a strong group of people that see things similarly is probably the earthly way of handling different situations. So if you got you a strong foundation of people, and they can be any race, but if you got you a strong foundation of people, I believe that can help you get through tough times, because you're talking to people that actually care about you as a person instead of what you can do for them. So, on a spiritual note, jump into that word, because the word had never lied. And in my opinion, the word has never lied. It's telling everything that's happening in life and has happened in life. And it's telling you where we're going. It's just a lot of us aren't listening.
That's deep, profound. I appreciate you, Coach, for that.
Not trying to be deep. I was just answering the question.
No, I appreciate you, Coach, for real. On kind of just a lighter note, Coach. So, I guess what are some life lessons? I guess maybe you try to teach. I know you got some young ones, some little ones. What are some life lessons you try to teach them, or even your team, just as you kind of go through this thing of life and being able to be successful?
Yeah, being on time is probably the biggest one, especially when you are an African American man. Like if you're going into an interview and it's at 8:00 in the morning, you get there at 7:58, and then someone else that doesn't look like you or of a different gender gets there at 7:15 or 7:45, you ain't getting that job. Not getting a job. So teaching people, teaching our kids that being on time matters. And when they own their own business, we talk about them owning their own businesses because in growing up, my parents and my grandparents talked about working for people, always talking about working for people, you got to be on time for this person, this person, this person, and you got to wear this for this person, this person. Well, how about let's talk about owning your own business so you can wear what you want to wear and you can tell them what to wear, or, you can make your own rules. So we talk a lot about being on time and just creating that habit, playing for one another. So all this stuff we're doing in basketball, hopefully something sticks for them when they leave the Walker School and go to the Harvards and the Colgates and the McNeese States and the Notre Dames. And we've had some kids go a lot of different places, and they've done just fine, grades wise and academically, graduating with honors and owning their own businesses. So Walker School is a special place, and I'm happy that they agree with my vision for how a young man should look when he leaves high school.
Period. All right. And speaking of young men, we talked a little bit about it, but let's go back. Let's go a little bit more in depth and just with the team.
Yeah.
What makes King Hernandez special? Let's start with him.
His God-given talent makes him, oh man, it makes him special. Right hand, left hand, can shoot it, pull up, jump shot, makes the right basketball play. He's just a special young man. He's quiet, confident, and just he's my type of point guard. Like he's just he ain't scared of. They say the smoke. He ain't scared of the smoke because he's fire. So like he can go. He's a great young man.
Okay, and then tell me about Shooter Anderson.
Oh man, and Anderson Carey has a strap, and I think he's the best shooter. I think he's the best shooter in the state of Georgia, and I'm talking about all classifications. I think he's the best shooter in the state of Georgia. He shot 53% last year. He hit 73s. He was sick 7 games with mono, so he would have eclipsed that 73s. He had 85 threes the year before as a sophomore. The dude has a strap, and teams know he's shooting, and he's shooting over 6'6" or quick guards. It don't matter. The dude has a strap. So we call him the sniper.
The sniper. Yeah. And when he shoot, Coach, like is he shooting catch and shoot, dribble, creating his own shot, dribble, all that kind of thing?
He's a little bitty Steph Curry. He ain't got handles like Steph Curry, but he can get his shot off. He catch and shoot, shooting off a screen, off the dribble. He can do it all.
Wow. Okay. And then what about Lorenzo McCartney?
Oh man, Lorenzo, call him Zoe. 6'5", can play every position on the court. Special dude. Call him Army Swiss knife. He makes the right basketball play. He will dunk on you in a heartbeat. I mean, it is quick too. Boom, and he's back down the court. He's beating shots on the weak side. He can drive. He can pull up. He can shoot it. He can. Tech's been there watching him play a little bit. He can go, man. He can go. He's a junior this year. He can go.
Period. And then, Coach, you mentioned obviously some of your young guys, but who's an underrated guy? Like, don't necessarily always get the attention, but just does the dirty work for you, hustles, you know what I'm saying, plays at a high intensity and level. Who is that for you?
Sean Knowles, our Patrick Beverly, he's because people don't look at that side of the ball too heavy, because even when they do rankings and they do all that stuff, they're talking about the offensive side of the ball. No one really talks about a two-way player, just to be honest. Now, I wouldn't say he's a two-way player. He can score because he has a bunch of guys around him that can score, so he's able to get his shot off on one-on-one, but he's not necessarily a playmaker like the guys I said before. But he's hustling. He takes the most charges, deflections. He's on the floor. He's mean. He's nasty. He is Patrick Beverly, and Patrick Beverly don't even get all the kudos that he should get. Mm-hmm. So Sean Knowles, and then I would say a kid named Isaac Vroom. Isaac is a senior, and no one even suspects he's going to hit 3 threes in your eye or get that big box out or take that big charge. So yeah, we got some good pieces, and they love playing with each other, and that's what makes it fun.
For sure. All right, Coach. That's before I throw it back to Bacon. Just what this will affect you guys next year. But what's your early just thoughts on the reclassification? Obviously for Walker and what that all means, how that affects you guys long term.
Yeah, I just looked at it today because I think it's supposed to get finalized on the 24th, maybe. Because now people are still shuffling within regions. But from the region that we are in, it's pretty similar to where we're at now. We're just 2A. We're labeled as 2A, and then it's 2A through 4A private play for the state title. So that means Pace Academy got moved into our playoffs, which is crazy. Pace is legit. But last year, Holy Innocent got moved into our region, our classification. So it's making it a little harder to win a state title. But I mean, let's go. I mean,
now you can do.
And then you do it, and hey, let's play ball. Let's see what happens the night we do play.
For sure. Last thing I got to ask you about Holy Innocents. He's tearing up college basketball right now. Caleb Wilson. I mean, your eyes lighting up, Coach. What was he like as a high school player? How fun has he been to watch?
Unreal. Unreal is probably what I would say. To watch him in high school, you can't game plan for him because he can dribble, pass, and shoot. He rebounds at a high major level. He shoots the ball at a high major level. He takes off on you at a high major level. He's probably a lottery pick, top 13 picks, top 14 picks are lottery picks. He's probably that as a freshman because he ain't gonna do nothing but get better. Because now he's with other high level players, with other high level coaches, and all he's gonna do is get better. This kid can go. Like he can go. He can go. He's the real deal. And when he beat down Kansas, I was like,
man.
And we was gonna play that in the playoffs? Come on, man. Come on, dog. Yeah,
no, go ahead, Coach. I'm sorry.
No, I don't say he's a real deal. He's a real deal.
No, Bacon, I was telling you, like, even with the rankings before he left, it was too low. You looked at me crazy. I was like, how is Caleb not here? I saw you though, but you was like, man, Peterson, DeBonsta. Like, I get it, but like, this is Caleb Wilson we're talking about.
Yeah.
And one more thing, Coach, I got to get your take on this. I'm throwing it Bacon. Why Georgia produces practically a lottery pick, almost it seems like, Coach, every single year. Like, why is it not getting that same exposure? Now, On the Radar does a good job. Kyle Sandy does a great job. Yeah. But it feels like we should be having televised games, Coach. We should just be having more highlight more of a spotlight on our state because there's always great players.
I agree. And they don't stay in state. They don't go to Tech. They don't go to Georgia. They don't go to, I guess, KSU, Georgia Southern. They don't go to those schools. They go to Kansas. They go to North Carolina. They go to Duke. They go to Kentucky. I don't know. I don't know why, because this is turned into the mecca of basketball because we already got good players here already, and then people move in from other places to play here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great place to live, great weather. I mean, you can't really beat it. And so I don't know why. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Now, fast I'm hearing. I don't want to say too much. I'm hearing it's another big splash that could possibly moving in to the state of Georgia. But I don't want to say too much. I don't know if it's gonna go through. But I'm hearing some. This is all I want to say.
From what state? What state? What state?
I don't want to give it away, Coach. I'm really not supposed to be saying that. I gotta keep the wraps.
Okay. Just text me later.
Coach said, I'm gonna get this school somehow, some way.
Not in your classification, not in your region, so you should be good.
Yeah. He's probably going. He's either going to Wheeler, McEachern, Norcross. Maybe he might be downtown that bubble. He going to OTE.
Nah.
Okay.
He was right out of to give you a wink, but
is he better than Caleb Holt? Down at he went to Prolific. Yeah. Is he better than Caleb Holt?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, because Caleb Holt's on a whole nother level.
Yeah. But
okay.
That's a good question. I'm gonna have to watch this film again. But
it's a 5-star, man. It's 5-star. Come on,
he's got to be a
5-star.
Man. He's got to be a 5-star, right?
Potential, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Where he's coming from, not getting a lot of exposure, not get seen, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, I digress. Not worth the Congress, man. So how tall is he?
How tall is no?
I wanted to ask you, Coach. Man, I lost it. It was since we're on the topic of political prep, things like that, OTE, you know what I mean? You had Mustafa Diop, you know what I'm saying? He decided to you know what I'm saying, go to overtime elite. Just how are Georgia coaches going to compete, you know what I mean, with players seeking other endeavors?
Yeah, I think so we were happy about Mustafa after. So when he first said something about it, I was like, what? And then he said, you know, he gave his number of how much he got. And I said, you better go. You'd be crazy not to go.
Right.
So he built this mama house over in Senegal.
Wow.
A 6-bedroom house for $50,000. So you gotta go. He's got 11 brothers and sisters. So I respect someone that you got to go take care of your family. Wow. And so him, you know, Diop going down to OTE, we were happy for him. It's a loss for us as far as on the court, but it's a win for him, which means it's a win for us. Mm-hmm. And I can't be selfish about someone that's going to better their chances, you know, whether he's trying to make the league or whatever it may be. Hopefully he does well at Tech. So to combat that, I'm not sure, because it's really only select few players. Everybody can't go. Now, will it kind of water down high school basketball? Possibly, but you probably get more team basketball if top players leave and go to those prolific preps and the OTEs and, you know, those of the world. I think there's a place for everyone. So it's a small percentage that can survive at those type of schools and academies and all that stuff. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I mean, that's really what it's looking like. I know Coach Nickerson at Sandy Creek, he was like, this is what Jabari did. He's the last of a dying breed. Yeah. But my question is, what does that do for, I mean, I'm sure, you know what I'm saying, Walker School be fine, you know what I mean? But for certain schools, what does that do for local sponsorship? Like, if you don't got that, Anthony Edwards, you know what I mean, or whoever. Coach, I'm only gonna do 10,000 this year when I usually be doing 75 grand. People might come to the game. What would you say to that?
Yeah, so I think schools like the Walker schools would probably get left behind as far as the schools generating money for those players. I'm sure I know it was legal the last 2 years for schools to have an NIL deal but I think they have since canceled that for Georgia high school. I'm not saying somebody ain't getting an NIL deal, but I don't think it's legally through the school, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So majority of schools are not going to be able to do it. It's going to be the upper echelon schools that will be able to do it. So I still think it's a place for, just like there's a Division I, there's a Division I AA, there's a Division II, there's a Division III NAIA. I think we would just be in that, that regular Division I or regular Division II league, and then you got the, the Dukes and the, Carolinas of the world. That would be the prolific preps. And because the game of basketball will keep being played. That ain't gonna stop. But there's a lot of money out there, and the Walker School is probably not. They ain't on that tip.
Absolutely great. Appreciate that insight, Coach. But loss of a big time player is just gonna really shed a light on. You know what I'm saying, big time coaches like yourself. You know what I mean, Coach Fearson, Coach White, Coach. What's my guy's name at Mount Vernon? Coach Reed.
Yeah.
Just who has been some of the toughest coaches that you went up against? And before let me backtrack. Just for people who may not know, they see Class A private now, them guys that hooping, but just this is a competitive league. At Mount Bethel yourself, you know what I mean, so many others.
St.
What
Francis.
would you say to those people who may not understand what type of high level basketball is going on?
I would just say come watch us play. Like come watch a league game, or watch when the Walker School plays Winder Barrel, or any of the, like this summer we played nothing but 5A and 6A schools, and we beat all of them in Lake Point. So, and that's not being cocky. It's just we played as a team, and we won that championship in the live period, and that was against all 5A 6A schools from out of state and in state. And basketball is basketball. If you got 5, 6, 7 good players that play together, they can beat any team. And so if it's a 5A, 6A, 4A, 3A that look down upon, or the community that look down upon just because it's single A private, just step into the gym and watch the games, because Mount Vernon is ultra talented. Like St. Francis has always been at the top of the chart. Mm-hmm. It don't matter what classification. Mount Bethel, they got a monster over there. They got a young Shaquille O'Neal. Like he's trying to break the rim, and we got a couple of studs too. So, like, just come watch.
What's the toughest coach battle in your career?
Oh boy! Early in my career, St. Francis and Whitfield were the toughest. We could not get over the hump. North Cobb Christian could not get over the hump, and those coaches and teams drove me to be the coach I am today, which is resilient and game planning and preparation, and they drove me to another level. I think I was already that, but they drove me to another level. So I appreciate those teams for putting me in overdrive, should I say, to getting our team prepared for battle. Win or lose, you're going to have a fight with the Walker School. Like, it's going to be a fight, and so that's all I can ask for.
Yeah, I got to ask about this upcoming Saturday, Johns Creek. We already talking about how big of a game this is. Just what's your preparation look like? Are you a coach that watches a lot of film? Well, I'm sure you've seen this team, you know what I'm saying, or played against the head coach enough to kind of know the tendencies, but how do you kind of prepare for games, you know what I'm saying, in your tenure?
Yeah. So Johns Creek is phenomenal. They're huge. They're huge. They got a wing that's 6'6". I mean, he can go. He can flat out go. They got a sniper that's 6'6". Our sniper 6'1". Their sniper 6'6". And it's going to be a tough battle. It's going to be a tough match. We prepare through film. We prepare through on court practice. Prepare through communication, and we just want to give ourselves the best chance to be in the game. We feel like if we're in the game, at the end of the game, then we feel like we were probably the best in shape team in the state. So, yeah, they legit though. They're good. They are good.
Are you big on situational drills, or how do you kind of teach the game?
Yeah, we do. We do a lot of situational just so that we don't freak out when the situation comes.
Okay.
But it's not an everyday thing. But we do situational. But situation. So I got a little thought about that. Situations come every now and then. We really work on the foundational piece of the game that can get you through the situation so that you don't even have to hit the situation. But then we work on situations just in case the situation comes, but it's not an everyday thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but
yeah, like preventative situations, so we don't have to get to the situation, but we got a backup plan because we get in the situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So last thing I'm gonna throw it to you now. I see you saying you got your hand like you're ready to say something heavy, but in terms of like individual moves, do you like drills? So like say, are you big on those as well? I'm sure you are.
Yeah, I think you have to be. And they got their own trainers too. Everybody's got a trainer, and so I try not to do anything that's gonna.
How you feel about that?
I think it's great as long as the trainer teaching them the right stuff.
Sure.
Like you don't have to do 34 Euro steps a game. Like you use a Euro step when it's time to use a Euro step.
Efficient.
Sometimes we got kids doing Euro steps and ain't even nobody there, and they still doing Euro steps. But that's what they train on. So we try to teach them the difference between a power game and a finesse game. And the Euro step is a finesse game unless you bring it, you're packing some muscle with it, you're packing some power with the Euro step, which most high school kids, Caleb Wilson could Euro step and everybody's taking the ball from him. But little Johnny doing the Euro step in the middle of traffic is either going to be a travel or they're going to knock him off his, what I'm saying? Yeah. So we do teach, we teach footwork drills because footwork, if you have great footwork, it's the easiest way to score. People can't guard footwork. I mean, it's
facts.
Whether it's soccer, whether it's baseball, whether it's golf, footwork's going to win. So we teach a lot of footwork drills.
That's heavy. I hope folks are taking note. That was a gym. Footwork kills. Go ahead, brother. I'm telling you, man. I used to get on the ladder. And this is after I was playing. Man, I used to get on this back in the day.
That ladder is beautiful.
For you, Coach, who's maybe one of the best ones you've been able to coach so far in your career?
So Robert Baker was the first Division I player that I coached. He was a 6'10" guard. Really, he went to Harvard, graduated with honors. He plays for the Boston G League team right now. He was with the Atlanta G League team. Then he went down to Orlando G League team.
That's right. Yeah.
And then he went overseas and played for about 6 years. And he's still doing it. He'll be a GM in the NBA one day. He is phenomenal kid, phenomenal smile, phenomenal pro. He's going to be a phenomenal husband. He's a phenomenal brother, son. So all around, at the moment, I would say Robert Baker is the best one that we've coached. Talent-wise, like just ultra talent-wise, CJ Brown, he's down at South Florida right now. Wow. He played with us for 2 years before he went over to Cal. He went to Cal because his AAU teammates played on that team, and AAU teammates, Walker was a little tough to get into, so it was easier for him to leave to be with them over there. CJ Brown was just super quick, jump out of the gym, ultra competitive. And Diop wasn't bad though. Diop wasn't bad. Diop was not bad, and then we got a couple now that are trying to make their name and make their way. And if we can somehow beat Johns Creek this Saturday, that they'll be adding more, add more to the bag, and we'll keep getting more recognition for beating. I mean they're good. Johns Creek's really, really good. So
Is it cool just to see as a follow up, like to see CJ be able to have a success? Because
I guess
even when he was at Cal, he didn't really have what I'm saying, a lot of people were still sleeping on him, but finally was able to get that shine and be able to go off to a D1 school.
yeah, he was the same person at Walker that he was at Cal. When I say that is he did the same thing at Walker. He you can't stop him going to the basket. He gonna dunk on you. He's got a nice little pull up. He was going Division I from Walker anyway. He was going to Kennesaw State with Coach Raheem, and then Coach Raheem went down to South Florida, and he said, "Hey, I'm going to South Florida. You want to come there with me?" So he ended up going there. So he would have gone Division I no matter what. No knock to Cal. That great job they did with him. He got a state championship with him. But CJ Brown was going Division I no matter what.
Sure. Last one, I'll throw it back to Bacon. Just your thoughts on Cobb County basketball. We had on several coaches from Cobb County here recently, and they said there's basketball no other like it. Obviously, we know about the Wheelers of the world. We know about you guys. We obviously know about just various schools there. What's your thoughts just on Cobb County basketball?
Yeah, Cobb County's tough. Wheeler holds the crown as far as national recognition, state recognition, and for good reason. They've had about 30 NBA players come out of there. McEachern, pretty tough program. Sharif Cooper. So we coached his twin brother, Omar Cooper. So Sharif was at Walker before he left and went to McEachern his 9th grade year, but his twin brother stayed and went to McNeese State. He was super good too. And then Marietta's always been good. They're a little down now, but Marietta used to be the school out of Cobb County. But then you sprinkle in hard-nosed teams like Walton and Lassiter, and just speaking about the big schools right now, Campbell used to be really good, Pebblebrook, and then the small teams. We've been pretty consistent. Whitfield's been pretty good. Mount Bethel is. I'm telling you, go see Little Shaq. He will break the rim. And so it's a lot of good basketball in Cobb County. I would put it 1A, 1B with Gwinnett. Gwinnett's got a lot of good basketball too. And I just like to tell the truth. Somebody from Cobb County might be like, "Oh, why do you say Hillgrove?" And Hillgrove is great this year. Why are you shouting out Gwinnett? I'm keeping it real. Like, as a coach, Gwinnett's got some really good teams, but we do too. And it's probably be a Cobb County or the Gwinnett team that win the state title in majority of the classifications, to be honest with you. It's good basketball everywhere, but those two counties are pretty good.
Yeah, Coach, you talked about Georgia Tech here and there about coming to see the players. So Naj and I believe, or mainly Naj believes they're gonna go far. I think they're gonna go Sweet 16. I'm not sure if I can throw Naj in that category just yet. But how do you feel about just the rise? You know what I'm saying, Georgia Tech and Coach Damon Stoudemire, just getting on the Georgia players, really freshmen, sophomores, and kind of ride them up.
I think that's smart on his part, and I'm glad Georgia Tech didn't they go Under Armour or they went to Puma?
No, Under Armour. No, Under Armour. Yep.
Under Armour. I think that was smart to get a bigger shoe brand, and that's what kind of can help bring in some players. I think you can recruit the state of Georgia and get to the Sweet 16. You just got to get the right guys. Stoudemire's he's got a tough job though, because it's hard to get into Tech. Tech is a great school, so it's hard to get in there. So you got to find the right guys that can come in and deliver what the city has been waiting for a long time. Because why can't we beat Duke, or why can't we beat, Carolina?
Yeah.
We got the players right here. Because if you kept Caleb Wilson in town, then
Oh,
then it just trickles down and people stay in town.
city be going crazy.
Yeah, it'd be stupid. Like
Yeah.
Caleb Wilson right down the street. Let's go. And it's sold out, just by that name. So he's got a tough, got a tough road ahead, but I feel like he's building a foundation, and I hope they allow him to be there for a while, because it's now it's like win now or you leave. So hopefully they'll allow him to build it.
Nah, absolutely. Want to get your thoughts on landscape of basketball? Last couple questions, and we'll let you go, coaches. You got Wemby playing the game now, 7-4. You got so many big guys handling the rock. This, I'm saying, where do you see the game of basketball going in the next 5 to 10 years?
It better go in the way of Euro basketball, because the isolation game is about to become non-existent. Now the NBA still, all this is my opinion, NBA is still making money off of the isolation right now, and not and making sure they do the defensive 3 seconds and things like that to make sure there's points put up. But you can also put points up with moving the basketball and the team field, the college field, the Euro field, and then you have the best players in the world doing it. So if you can have the best players in the world playing quote unquote basketball the right way, then America will never lose in the Olympics. But if we keep doing what we're doing, eventually we're going to lose. They've already caught up. It's just our stars have to play, and then they have to be willing to buy into team. Because if they don't, if Kobe Bryant doesn't buy into team, and Kevin Durant doesn't buy into team, and Harden doesn't buy into team, they would have lost that one too. LeBron doesn't buy into team. But when they buy into team, which is what Euro, college, and high school is, then you have the best players in the world doing that. You're unstoppable. And it's a great I feel like it's a great product. And but Wemby, it's not fair. It is not fair. So, and he's in a great organization. He's in a team organization. So it's right up his alley. Yeah. Wemby's he's special, man.
MVP, 3 letters. But it's crazy. I'm sure of y'all. I haven't seen the whole documentary, the Redeem Team doc. They all talking about, yeah, man, we had to play team ball. Some of them come out of college playing team ball. We get to the NBA. You know what I mean? So, I think I'll say 2 or 3. Because my mind's drawing the blame. But Golden State Warriors, the most exciting teams to watch. Golden State Warriors, Spurs.
Yeah.
And I can't remember 3rd team, so we'll just say 2 right now. But those teams, they moved the basketball. And I'll say the Pacers last year, and we moved the basketball. So the Denver Nuggets, they moved the basketball. Yeah. So the Lakers, Luka. I'll stop before I just get rambling. But so I think I agree with you, Coach. I think we got to get to that state to where it's an improved product on the NBA level, because the NBA level, the NBA currently, it's got some black guys here and there. Say when the gambling, what the Clippers are doing, with Steve Ballmer. I think all those things can be swept under the rug if we continue to improve the game of basketball. So just as we close, man, just what's your thoughts on the state of the NBA? Because obviously you're a basketball junkie, just like the rest of us.
Yeah, I think the NBA is in good hands with the stars that we have. It's just it's gotta, I don't know. I just feel like it's gotta get more Golden State-ish, more Spurs-ish, more Indiana Pacers-ish. Like it's gotta get to that part, or the Euro kids and players are gonna keep coming over, taking jobs, and they're just gonna keep taking jobs and keep taking jobs. And that's not good for business, because we're here, and from all different backgrounds, we're here, and our people are the best players in the league. And if you keep playing the way we're playing, then the European way of play, they're gonna come in and keep taking jobs, and it's gonna be the YBA or EBA.
European basketball.
Like, but yeah.
Coach is funny, man.
I'm saying we all can't be on Snap, but we like throw him in there. So I saw the interview you did. It's like maybe a couple years ago. You was talking about one of your teachers. He's got that next level comedy. Hopefully, I don't think I'm there yet. Hopefully, I get there one day. I just kind of just whatever comes to mind, just throw it out there. Honestly.
That was good. That was a good.
But last question for me, Coach. You know what I'm saying? Just you've been on some shows here recently. Just what's your thoughts about? You know what I'm saying, Just as a News podcast, and what do you think? Not just our platform, but other platforms. You know what I'm saying? Can do for the game of basketball in Georgia.
Yeah.
What can we do better?
Well, I think this. First of all, I think this is great. Just some guys that love basketball talking about real life, and then I don't know how many people are gonna watch this, and you're in the ear of, and that's what kids, they have headphones on all day and they're looking at their phones, and so if they can get some good positive information, because there's plenty of negative information to go around, so if they're getting some positive information, I think that's always a good thing for humanity. So I think what you guys are doing is great, and keep doing it. And I don't know what you can do better, because I don't know this space very well. I just know I think this is pretty cool. Like we're not even in the same room, and we're having good, honest conversation about. Right. And the game of basketball is what brought us to this point. Like that's awesome to me. Like, again, I'm 44, so I didn't grow up with all the. My first cell phone was 2003 or something, and they were charging and sending text message. Like you get charged,
mm-hmm.
like it's unlimited and all that stuff now. So I try to go with the flow and get to know what's going on, and a lot of times my players, they keep me going with the music and the technology and all this stuff. And but I think it's beautiful. I think you can use technology for great things, and I think everybody keeps thinking it's a negative thing. And I think you can use it for greatness. So
absolutely, man. I know for sure. Naj gonna close this out, man. I appreciate you coming on, Coach. Gotta take down that Matt Ryan jersey. I can't go for it, but I love everything else.
But why though? Like, why?
I've seen Matt Ryan Sunday in, Sunday out, not throw the ball away, lay down for sacks. I remember one time he was playing the Bills, slid at the 1 yard line. You know what I mean? I just had a lot of bad experiences with Matty Ice.
Now he was the least sacked quarterback when he played.
Yeah, because he laid down for both times.
I know he's a stiff in the pocket. He wasn't a great, runner.
The truth comes out.
But that's what I'm supposed to do. Like, I'm supposed to tell the truth. So, but as far as knowing where his players are supposed to be and getting him the ball, like, what else are you asking from a quarterback that was drafted? Like, if we didn't want that, if we wanted a dual threat, then we should go get a dual threat. But we got Matt Ryan, and he became the best player in our organization. If he won that Super Bowl, would you be saying that right now?
If he won the Super Bowl, would I be saying that right now? Nah, I still would keep it real about Matt Ryan. He had that one good year, got the Super Bowl, and I appreciate him.
One good year?
No, I'm not saying one good year, but I mean one really good year. MVP caliber year. That was I was like, yeah, this is Matty Ice, Mr. Ryan. Yeah. But what I mean? Another thing, man. Son, you got to audible out of that run play, man.
Yeah, I agree, because it didn't work. But if it worked, we wouldn't be talking about it, because he would have followed what his offensive coordinator told him to do. Now, I'm mad at Kyle Shanahan, so I hope he loses every game he plays.
Right. You can't lose the playbook, man. What you doing? How you lose playbook? Why is a playbook at media day to begin with?
But Kyle Shanahan still hadn't won a championship, and he had all them great teams. It wasn't Matt Ryan's fault.
He ain't won.
Like, it wasn't Matt Ryan's fault. Like, Kyle Shanahan has had the best teams in the league and still hasn't won it.
Multiple years.
So, I mean, defense and offense and special teams and Debo Samuel
and Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, McCaffrey is 1A, 1B with Saquon, 1A, 1B, 1C with Bijan. I got you. I'm with you. I understand the frustration, but then I sit back and look like, man, if Matt Ryan was playing today, we would be in the Super Bowl. Because Penix ain't doing it right now.
Penix is young. Kyle Pitts is a lemon.
You can't keep saying that though. You can't keep saying it about Michael Penix.
What you mean?
He's young.
He's young,
old,
brother.
And he's getting old fast. Do you know how long he was in college at Washington?
This is his second year. This is his first year starting the whole season, son.
Okay. Well, Matt Ryan's first 2 years, what did he do?
I'm pretty sure he went to the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken.
He did? I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure.
It don't matter. Like, it don't matter about the youth.
So are you saying you pulling the plug on Michael Penix?
No. I'm just saying if Matt Ryan was the quarterback right now, we're 8-2, 9-1, like because he's
in this offensive system.
Yeah, he got Bijan Robinson.
He got Bijan Robinson. That's a good point.
And he's gonna throw Pitts open. He's gonna make Pitts do what he wants him to do. Like, and Drake London is probably top 5 receivers with Matt Ryan with him. So I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, from what we had in Atlanta, Matt Ryan was the best we've had. And I absolutely love Vic. But Vic ain't got no touch. He didn't have touch. But he can tote that thing, but he can't, he ain't got no touch.
Make us a valid point, Coach. Make us a valid point. I'm gonna let you win this.
I wasn't trying to win. I was just, I got ice on the wall because I signed it, first of all. 2016 when he got the MVP, he signed it. So,
Yeah, I'll let you take it up there. I didn't know you had the signature. That's a different element to the, you know what I'm saying? You got a white, two automatic eyes. I like that. You got an eye for talent.
Try to,
Coach, we know you gotta get some sleep, man. We appreciate you coming on and talk with us, man. It was so much fun, Coach. Get to know you a little bit more. And we definitely gonna be out there for a game.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Coach. Good luck the rest of the way.
Okay, thank y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Coach Brick, man. What an interview, man. That was a lot of fun, man. Being able to talk with him. That was probably the most in-depth one for sure, Bacon. I mean, not just talking hoops, but life stuff too. I think that was a real thorough interview.
Yeah. I mean, and really, Coach kind of led into it. You know what I mean? Just talking about that was a great question to really open him up, getting his backstory, how he got started, things like that. So, I mean, kudos to you, brother. You know what I mean? You kind of open that up and the conversation just flow, which is that's really what you want to do, just flow and, you know what I'm saying, just let the conversation carry you. I think those make the best interviews. So, again, man, kudos to you, brother. And for booking a guest, man. Najee Wilkins, not just a man who's writing for Sports Illustrated, man, who's making the graphics for the kids, man. He's a man that's networking, talking, and making intricate moves behind the scenes.
I appreciate you, man. For sure. Definitely trying to, man. I am a very busy man nowadays, brother. Very busy man. Doing shows with you and like Sports Illustrated, picking up another site, with Virginia now. So that's been cool and fun. And then, like I said, just creating a brand on top of that at the same time. Like, doing graphics for kids and breaking news. And yeah, man, it's been a journey for sure.
Nah, man, we'll look back on this probably 6 months to a year. And like, yeah, man, I'm glad we went through these times of grinding, you know what I'm saying, lack of sleep, you know what I'm saying, early mornings, late nights. That's what it takes, man. A lot of people say, man, these kids want everything's overnight. And some of them do, but there's a lot of kids out here really see the vision, really want to work. And I just think having a platform like this and others who talk about just putting in the work, you know what I'm saying, seeing it. When you can see somebody is doing it, you can see it, you can believe you can achieve it, then, you know what I mean, it all correlates and it goes hand in hand.
1,000%.
Oh man, my bad. I forgot I got to bring up the topics. My bad. All right. We get ready to look at the top. We were supposed to do this last week, so I really kept some of this the same. But But we're going to react to the top 10 sophomores in high school basketball, you know what I'm saying, per OTR. And I believe it's the Southern High School Report. But starting at the top, no surprise here, AJ Wilson at the Elka Academy. And if you didn't tap it, say it again.
Williams. You said Wilson, bro.
I'm sorry. AJ Williams, who was at Elka Academy. I'm saying learned through watching DTP and Versace Board. They did an interview. That's where he started at. So, you know, some people like, man, why is he there? That's just where he started at. Kind of like you could say the Walker School kind of thing.
Dutchtown, actually, because he was Dutchtown last year.
Well, he was at Dutchtown, but I mean, like in middle school, elementary, I think he was in that kind of same.
Got it. Okay. Great intel.
There you go. Not great intel by them. I'm just reporting what they said. But 2 and 3, no, 2 and 3. You got the Haynes. You got the Haynes brothers, Miles Haynes, and you got. Oh, I'm sorry, not the Haynes brothers. You got Miles Haynes, sophomore. Excuse me. You got Miles Haynes and Bentley Luceno. Peter Julius at Mount Bethel, who coach was talking about.
Baby Shaq. Who was this? Keith Hernandez? That's what he's talking about. Katie Hernandez. Yep. That's who we was just talking about with coach.
Gameplay for Game Elite this year. You got Jaden McCullough, you know what I'm saying? Georgia Star, and I mean, AU team and in real life. And we got Bryce and Jetta, you know what I'm saying? Had him on the show. Hillgrove. Hillgrove's going to be nice this year. Braylon and Breland Craft Pace Academy. This is a solid list.
It's an elite list, man. I mean, all them guys can play, man. I think all Division I talent as well. Give Breland a little bit of time even last year, 6'1". I mean, he looked at, pretty long for just even, being a freshman last year. Didn't play a lot, but now obviously one of the guys running the show, you know what I'm saying, for them. We know about Bryce and Jada, what he can do on the defensive side of the ball. Great two-way player, elite, and creating his own shot, kind of the two-man wrecking crew with him. And obviously, I can't think of that boy name right now. Asa Montgomery.
Yeah.
And what they're able to do. Peter Julius, we're going to have to check him out. Bacon with Mount Bethel. We know about Katie Hernandez. He's been balling early on to start the season. Woodward Academy is deep and loaded this year. I mean, no, this is a phenomenal list we ever put this together.
Nah, absolutely. It's this top flight, man. But like, when you think of the sophomore class, these are the names that come up. I'll go to the bottom two, and we'll go dive into if any names should be rearranged. Who is this? Ben Baker Bailey, I believe, and Jeremiah Lewis, a lead forward. I'm gonna say Jeremiah could be a little bit higher. I think it's gonna be a big coming out party for him this year at Elka. Him and AJ, they're gonna dominate for sure. Let's see. Other than that, this is a solid list. I mean, I haven't seen the young man at GAC, so maybe that's why they got Jeremiah at all the way at 10. But I mean, this is a solid list. What would you say?
No, for sure. I don't think they ranked it though, brother. I think they just said it's the top 10 freshmen, top 10 sophomores across. I don't think they had a certain ranking. They're all elite though.
Yeah, they are elite for sure.
All elite. I mean, these players can play. So good job about on the radar and SH report. Like, was special.
100%. I mean, this ain't chronological order. This ain't a bad order though. But all right. Let's see. Next, Chase Lumpkin. We just talked about McKitchen a little bit earlier. Dropped 26 hot ones against who they play. Let me see. Was it Pace? I don't think it was Pace. This is Newton. That's right. I mean, just the way he just gets to a spot, man. You just saw the change of pace, the hesitation, the explosion to the basket. I mean, this is like you can see some Sharif Cooper in him. Just probably a taller Sharif Cooper. Honestly, I mean, he's himself. Don't get me wrong. Playing defense, that was one thing you talked about. He wanted to work on, which is a lot of guards. So when you think of them as scorers, they want to prove that they can be two-way players, and I think he should teach. You know what I'm saying, by the highlights, he's doing that. Doing no slouch team. I just like the way, footwork, again, what Coach just talked about. You got to have all those things in your game if you want to be a power 5 hooper, or power 4, excuse me. But yeah, 26 and a half, ladies and gentlemen. That's not the game. Not a game and a half. So, brother, just what's your thoughts about Chase Lumpkin's explosion against Newton?
No surprise. I think the difference you see in this game compared to last year, I got a chance to see him a couple of times, is he's just more comfortable. He's getting more to the rim, to the bucket, to the cup. Last year, he kind of settled for jump shots a little bit more, I'm saying, in different pockets like that. And he was a great shooter, but you could tell that he's worked on his body. He's gotten bigger, faster, and stronger, and he can get to the cup if he needs to. He can dribble pull up if he needs to, taking the defensive side of the ball very seriously and becoming a better on-ball defender. That 26 and a half, I don't know if you know, Bacon, that led to him getting a Louisville offer. Right after that. So he's on the radar, and I think he's going to have the same climb that Coben Landry did. Right, Lumpkin is known kind of around the state, but he's not necessarily known at national level. Yes, I think he's ranked, might be a 3-star, but remember, Coben Landry was having this conversation last year, and he wasn't highly rated. He was like, why is he not on ESPN list? Why is he not on this list? Very severely underrated. It feels like, to me, Chase Lumpkin is going to be a guy has a strong junior season. He's going to go on his AAU circuit, whatever that is, whether that's 3SSB or EYBL or whatever he decides to do. I know he usually runs with AOT. I don't know if AOT is running EYBL this year, but whatever circuit they decide to run, that's where he's going. I think he's just going to pop in that AAU circuit. And I think he's going to have a lot of attention and exposure around him, and I think he takes that climb to that 4-star ranking, or even one of the best players in the country. You hear it in here first.
Here first, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I agree with you, brother. Chase he's got some notoriety from the real probably people who, dig into basketball. Like last year, he didn't even get an invite to the top 100 camp. He got invited to the Nike top 100, but not the NBA PA, which was interesting to say the least. But when you're offered by Coach, man, I don't think it's Coach Kelly, but Louisville's head coach. Who's obviously building something to beat Kentucky. Was it last night or 2 nights ago? Pretty handily, Michael O'Brien went off. Pat Kelly.
Can't wait to talk about that.
He's doing the right thing, and I agree with you, brother. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Oh, another one. Columbia beat Cedar Grove.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. They got a lot over there. But I said it before. I think it comes down to, I don't think Cedar Grove actually has a basketball coach. If we had QB Marcus on, I'm sure he can enlighten us. He was tapping into the basketball scene at the APS level. But I think they have some football coaches who, is coaching the boys, doing the best job they can, and we appreciate them. The man stepping up and beating these kids' life, not only on the football field, but on the hardwood. But when you play against high-level basketball coaches, it will show. And 75-64 is what happened against Columbia. And Columbia is a school known for hoops and football, but definitely hoops.
Yeah, they are. Definitely an early statement, because Cedar Grove was in the state championship last year. They lost to Sandy Creek, remember? So we kept talking about why didn't Manny Williams get the ball late in that game. The Tennessee commit, who just signed on National Signing Day yesterday. So a little troubling, but like you said, Columbia is a team that plays basketball. They don't care about rankings. Like, they're gonna just produce, and they got it on the road at Cedar Grove. So that says a lot. About Manuel Williams, about Javante Floyd. They got pieces all over the court. So early one. It's not the end of the world, in my opinion, but definitely some learning things for Cedar Grove moving forward, and some things that they can definitely improve on defensively, I think, in the game. But definitely a really good opening win, especially next year when we're doing power rankings with basketball. Like, this win would be pretty massive when it comes to that.
Facts. Definitely have to try to see more. Listen, man, basketball is just like football, man. You really got to really ride out and see it. Yeah, it's a big win for Columbia. Shout out to them, man. Another win for the East Side, man. Another win for the East Side, on the East Side. But, we'll continue to roll in the topics. After the Columbia upset, we got Zaire Brown. Pebblebrook, I think, is back this year, brother. I think Coach Washington's got a squad where he can threaten an upset and contend for a state championship. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? He's in 7A. I mean 6A, about to be 7A, but we'll see. But Zaire Brown, is Zaire Brown the best point guard in Georgia? Potentially and possibly. This is highlighted versus Decatur. You know what I mean? This is a good squad, man. That's a 6'7" wing right there. You know what I'm saying? Steals kind of look like Hannah Hidalgo. You know what I mean? 16 steals for her. I'm not sure. I know he didn't have 16 steals, but we just saw 2 steals back to back on these highlights. But shifty guard, you know what I mean? He's going to get downhill. He's got footwork. You know what I'm saying? We'll see SH report at the end of the baseline there, bald head. Passing the ball, they got athletes, and anytime you give Coach Washington some long bodies and some athletes and some people who score off the dribble, I mean, he can threaten anybody in the state. But just what's your thoughts on this win?
Yeah, big win, and how about a big in-state recruiting win for Kennesaw State, who this young man signed with yesterday. But we've seen him before, Bacon. Remember, we went to that game at Wheeler, and they was playing against Pace Academy. Yes, they lost, but we was impressed at that time with just his ability to score the basketball at a high level. So this is a kid, man, you're just seeing the ability to shot make, right? The ability to create off the dribble, ability to get to certain pockets of the court and be able to create, taking the defensive side of the ball seriously. I mean, we've seen a little bit of the defensive side last year, but I feel like he's taking it up another notch when you look at these highlights. You know, an ability to score anybody one-on-one, that's massive. And it's big for Kennesaw State because it's a team that's recruiting at a high level in the state of Georgia. No one's talking about it enough, right? We know a few years ago they made it to the national tournament. We know it's tougher for them, but now they're in Conference USA. So I got to go back and look and see how many bids they can potentially get. We had the conversation about tournament expansion, but Kennesaw State is doing a really good job. And this is your potentially point guard, you know, of the future. You know what I'm saying? And not a bad one to say the least. And you got them in state. So you never know what that could turn into, right? We've seen guys like Chris Youngblood who started at certain spots, you know, like, you know, lower tier D1 and went up. So I think the kid has all the potential in the world. He's going to fly under the radar, you know what I'm saying? Not in terms of the state, again, Bacon, but we're talking about in terms of nationally. But a guy that I think can go, do some things at that next level, do some things at Kennesaw State. And his defensive prowess is going to be on full display.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yes, Kennesaw State is a dare I say elite program. You know, we got Simeon Cottle. You know, what I mean, Tri-Cities. You know, what I mean, one state championship beat Elka. I think he's averaging north of 20. I think he's one of the top scorers of college basketball right now. We all know about Braden Liu, type of special talent he is, coming from Alexander. And you got Nadozie. I can't remember his last name. Came from McEachern. You know what I mean, a guy that basketball fans in Georgia fell in love with, just being that Dennis Rodman for that team, for that McEachern team that had Ace Bailey. So then picking up, you know what I'm saying, then picking up Zaire Brown, and that's another step in the right direction for Kennesaw State, man. And obviously the new hire is continuing where Coach Raheem, you know what I'm saying, left off. So, you know what I'm saying, big shout out to Kennesaw State. And, you know what I mean, on the football side of things, man, they're bowl bound. But we'll transition to the last topic of high school basketball, man. So stick around, ladies and gentlemen. If you stick around for the college and NBA and the women's basketball news, stay tuned. But I think the high school segments are just as entertaining. So we appreciate y'all tapping in. Then we got 80 live right now, man. Get active in the comments and share it out to your friends, share it out to your cousin, your mama, your auntie. And if you're on YouTube, do 4 things: like, comment, share, and subscribe. But Bentley Luceno, I think Woodward Academy is going to be tough to beat, man. I really think Woodward Academy is a team to beat in 5A. It just got a lot going on at Woodward Academy. Headline, and again, a shout out to Atlanta Sports Reels for capturing a lot of things and having a great quality to follow everything up, man. We'll see Mark McMillan's in the comments. I will like that. You know what I'm saying? We'll try to do some collaboration with him. But Bentley Luceno and the new threads at Woodward Academy. Let's check out the highlight clips. I will say this, man. People are quick to forget, man. He was rated the #1 player in the class of 2028.
Didn't deserve it. Sorry.
No, you good. Not whether he deserved it or not, man. For, you know what I mean, man, what's his name? ESPN. the guy at ESPN, his name will come to me sooner or later. But for
Paul
him,
Cardi.
yeah, Coach Paul Benicardi, and for him to respect his game enough to put him at 1, that speaks volumes.
He's good though. Like when I say that, number 1 in the country, y'all, that's the best player, and there's no questions about it. Now, I think you look at his game, he's gotten more comfortable, right? Right here, you're seeing him kind of just get to that spot, right? Turnaround jumper. He wasn't doing that last year at Pace, y'all.
No.
You know what I'm saying? He was a little bit more timid. You're seeing the evolution of his game, and you see him be able to put the ball on the floor, create offense, dribble, contest. He's playing at a much, much higher rate now compared to last year. And again, he's a true freshman. So that's hard to rank that because there's so much basketball to play. Now, he's worthy of a 5-star. Again, I'm not trying to disrespect the kid. But remember what we're saying when we say number 1 player in the country, y'all. We're saying there's no doubt in our mind that nobody can really – other people can compete, but he is dominating everybody. He was not doing that last year with Pace. Now, where he is now, he has a chance to potentially help this Woodward Academy team win a state championship this year. You look at their conference, you look at their region. Tri-Cities was the roadblock last year. We know about Jalen Wingfield, who signed with Georgia Tech. Now they got a piece that can potentially guard him, or a piece that can, make plays on the offensive side of the ball when they try to double Miles Hayes or they try to double Jarvis Hayes Jr., right? So obviously, that's big for them. And they have a paint presence that can block shots and take away that interior. So definitely a good sign. And you could just see even in these short highlights some of the difference in maturation of his game.
No, absolutely, brother. Yeah, I mean, if he could like blocking shots like that, but I think he got his ranking. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you can see how long he is. You can see the upside. You know what I mean? I think that's where ranking voters kind of defers to him. But when you see AJ Williams come on the scene and do what he did when the back-to-back Peach Jams, you had to reevaluate. You had to go back to the drawing board. But I think it's gonna be a big year for Luceno. Like I reflect back on when they were playing Pace Academy at the GBCA live period or somewhere. I was watching them, and he did a move, did what he did there, did turn around, did a post fade, but he held it. I think that was earlier. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, man, he just don't have it right now. But for him to be doing that as a freshman or freshman summer, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see him grow, to see where he's at by year 3 and year 4. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our high school basketball segment. Yeah, go ahead, brother. When he put that finger up, ladies and gentlemen, he got some fire behind it. Oh, good call.
Big news. Obviously, this is national, but Tyron Stokes, he will attend Rainier Beach High School in Washington. Remember, Oregon was a part of his top 3, I believe. I think he took out Louisville. I think it was Kentucky, and it was another school. So something to watch for definitely here. A little surprised. That's why I said Bacon take the football he was playing with Notre Dame Academy with a grain of salt, but probably just wanted to be closer to the next school he could want to go to. But again, we've seen it before. You never know. We've seen Dylan Raiola go from Arizona to Georgia just to choose Nebraska. You never know. But that is going to be something to continue to watch. He's at Washington now at Rainier Beach High School. So very interesting to say the least.
Nah, for sure. Definitely very interesting. I was reading, this is per Rivals, or no, this is per Sports Illustrated High School. The word of why it went bad at Notre Dame, apparently some kids was, I guess, I'm not sure how it happened, but he had some I'm gonna say issues with some kids at the school, which is regular, man, and he just wasn't going for it.
Got it.
Yeah.
I wonder why he would have issue with kids.
What'd you say?
I said I wonder why he would have issue with kids.
Yeah, the article didn't go into detail, but you know what I mean? I don't really. Kids will be kids. Like he's a 5-star, number 1 ranked player in class 2026. But we often forget, man, these young men are kids, man. I mean, they though they have to grow up fast. You know what I mean? They're still gonna have to make some mistakes. And if you just got into a little, you know what I'm saying, verbal altercation, there was an act like there was about to, you know what I'm saying, fight, which I'm not saying there were, but I just know how we've all been in high school. We know how things go.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't. we can't really judge them too tough, other than, you know what I'm saying, don't do that moving forward. You know what I'm saying? As you grow up, this is what can happen to you. Some legalities, your person you are. But so whenever that happened, I think the school they not suspended them. I think not suspended, but they told, well, pretty much you couldn't go back to school for like a couple of weeks or a couple of days. School found out that it was serious. There was hearing some rumbles, but let's go ahead and schedule the blue and gold scrimmage. And when Tyron didn't show up, you know what I mean, they had to cancel the event. That's how you know when you got pulled. So you got to cancel the event when you start playing on. That's what everybody's coming. That's what everybody's paying to come see. So and they canceled that event, and then shortly after that, the news broke nationally, and now it was at Rainier Beach in Washington. So I mean, he'll be fine, bro. I mean, it'd be interesting to see if he goes to Oregon. Though. That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy. You have it.
But great breaking news pulled by you, brother. So, like I said, man, that would end. We ended off the high school basketball segment with a bang. And I feel like a high school basketball segment is definitely one of the best because obviously, probably maybe the best because we bring you the inside look from players and coaches. And we'll eventually do it for college. But, saying, ride with us. If you want with us, shoot in the gym, get rebounds for match like how Cookie was, then man, you can just continue to hit that like button, do those 4 things: like, comment, share, and subscribe. Nigel Wilkins YouTube and Bacon Network YouTube as well. But we'll transition to college and look at the updated AP poll.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I don't want to talk about here.
It is. There's a lot to talk about here. I'm gonna get the floor to you, brother, man. What you think?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember when they played. I think North Carolina was too low. I believe they had factored in them beating
Kansas. I
think
Kansas.
so. Yeah, when they beat Kansas, but 18 is too low. They should be easily a top 15 team. That's
Top
just my
15.
stance on it. Yeah, bro, they should be a top 15 team. Caleb Wilson does look good. I know he lost Seth Trimble to I think he had something with his arm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I think broken arm, if I'm not mistaken. So that's definitely tough. But yeah, they should be moved up, in my humble opinion. Playing some really good basketball to start the season. Bama obviously got a really good ranked win over Michigan State. I believe it was, and that moved them up into the top 10. And rightfully so. They did just lose, obviously, as breaking news. Bacon, let me pull that up. I just found that. Hold on one second.
Somebody done lost?
Yes, Alabama just fell. Big win, a quad 1 win. I know we're going to explain that a little bit later here. But a big quad 1 win. Hold on, let me find who was that. Let's do Tipton. Big quad 1 win for Purdue. First win non-conference against a non-conference opponent since 1982. So a big day for Purdue. Purdue also landed Sinan Huan, who's a 7-foot center. Yesterday. But here you go. As you can see right here, Bacon, as I pull it up before we go back.
Oh yeah, let me.
And I'll give it back to you. But yeah, big win for them. 87-80. Brady Smith, I think, went off for almost 30 points in the game in the win. A big win for Purdue. I mean, it's the same question as always with Purdue. When you get to the tournament, can Matt Painter and company finally win a national championship? Right? Can he get himself in that lure of one of the best coaches? He is considered one of the best coaches in the country, but can you win that big game when it's needed most? So I just wanted to bring that up as an aside. Obviously, to your or to the AP poll, but I want to bring up that breaking news for the game tonight.
Yeah, I haven't seen Purdue play this year, but just when we looked at the top seniors and who they had, I really like this lineup. I think when Purdue plays with like that, there's like when I knew they had Zach Edey, man, I'm like, yeah, man, I didn't expect them to get to the chip, but it's just based off the track record. But kind of watching, I think I like Braden Smith. I think he's electric. Got a couple posts, and they play that team basketball, right? That what Coach Brick was talking about. So I like Purdue to be a legit threat, and they will bust somebody's bracket this year for sure.
No doubt.
Say it again.
No, I said no doubt.
But the floor's back to you, man. I know you was going through the 25.
Yeah, so Duke has done their thing so far. They'll have some more big games coming up. Down the pike. Arizona's look good with Koa Pete. Looking likely that Bryce James is going to probably redshirt this season, from what we heard per reports. Michigan had a tough one. They've been playing well so far. Morris Johnson has been doing his thing, and Yaxel Lindenberg, but they barely escaped Wake Forest, 85-84 the other night. I think, like I said, Bacon, just speaking to my point about how good the ACC is this year in basketball. Nobody's talking about it, but it's a really good conference. DeBonsta's been DeBonsta. We know about their big men as well. I really like him for BYU. It's a really complete team around him. They look good so far. Florida picked up a big win, against Florida State.
Yeah.
And you know about Thomas Hawk. You know about obviously Boogie Flan, who's continuing to kind of come into the fold a little bit. But Florida's a really good team. And then, how about Louisville, man? They should definitely be a top 10 team after next week. They beat Kentucky and handled them. Kentucky made a run late, but Michael Brown, 29 points, 5 assists. Kid is for real, man. His freshman class is special. We're going to talk about that more here in a second. But I really like Louisville and the team they have around him in the ACC. I keep saying it's going to be a fun conference to watch, boy. And if they ain't considered one of the top conferences this year, I don't know what we're doing. I think you're seeing it early and often with some of these key critical wins. I think you're going to see it throughout the year. This conference is very, very deep, and the deepest has been in such a long time. I would take it even over the SEC right now. You know what I'm saying? ACC basketball is deep.
100%. I don't know if I'll take it over the SEC right now. I say potentially top 3. SEC is pretty thorough. But you know what I'm saying? That's why Vandy, you might be on something there, brother. You might be on something there.
I'm telling you. Mark my words. You can clip this too. People gonna see what I'm talking about. Virginia Tech. Virginia's good. No one's talking about Virginia. Johan Grunlaw. You know what I'm saying? They got Ugonna Owenyenzu. They got a freshman in Chance Mallory. They got Jakari White. They're deep. So Virginia Tech, UNC, Duke. You know what I'm saying? Tech with an outside chance. We'll see if they can continue to strive and get better and better. Florida State is no slouch. Wake Forest is no slouch. Louisville. Miami, like ACC is deep, bro. Deep.
Nah, that's valid. That's valid. You had to think about it for us. Man,
like 10 deep, bro.
Nah, you're right. That's a good point. That's a good call out by you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
St. John's. They really look like they're gonna be special this year. I think they had a tough loss a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this team will be okay. You know, they got when you have one of the best coaches to ever coach, Rick Pitino, and you got talent. And that outside of Ian Jackson, that'll be fine. Illinois, Stojakovic, I can't remember his first name right now, but he had his best game. Andre.
Yep.
He had one of his best games a couple nights ago. Really came in, fresh transfer from Illinois. Illinois is going to be a good team. UCLA, I haven't seen a lot of UCLA. I know that's a question mark team for a lot of people. Got talent, but can that coach? I'm saying continue to push them over the hump, man. The rest of the list is the rest of the list. I agree. I think UNC is going to continue to climb. You know what I mean? But yeah.
For sure. And this is what I'm talking about, Bacon. I think at one point start the year 39-2. Again, we'll see. There will be SEC ACC challenges, and that'll be a lot of fun to watch. But California 3-0, Wake Forest 2-1, lost by 1 point to Michigan in the Big Ten. NC State, I didn't even mention them, right?
Yep.
Will Wade, they are loaded. Pittsburgh 3-1 to start the year. SMU 3-0. Louisville, we've seen them knock off top-ranked Kentucky. UNC, a top-ranked win over Big 12. And it's supposed to be a favorite this year in Kansas. Clemson 3-0. Georgia Tech, okay. We know they got to work on some things and get better. Big time game Friday night, Bacon against Georgia. How good is Georgia Tech, right? We know about a Kai Fleming, who I think should, if Cam Crabbe keeps struggling, we'll talk about it more here later. They might have to insert that boy into that lineup, that start lineup. Kai gives you a lot off the bench. Syracuse, we've seen about Kai. I didn't even mention them, Kai and Anthony. And what they're doing, right? And it was inserted to the starting lineup here recently. Virginia, I just mentioned to you about them boys and what they can do. Virginia Tech, Florida State, Miami, Stanford. I don't know yet. Duke, Yeah, I got to see about Stanford, Duke, Notre Dame. Like the worst team is probably going to be Boston College, but
Yeah,
everybody else, like, it's loaded, bro.
that's facts. That's facts.
Mhm, mhm.
The only teams in the SEC I'm worried about is LSU's got talent, but you know what I mean they
Doesn't
always
scare me.
Vandy is another team
Don't
like
scare me.
but outside of those teams,
Don't scare me. The only ones that do is Alabama. Um, maybe you might could throw in Auburn in there.
yeah, Florida,
That conversation. Missouri, we have to see. We've seen
Missouri,
them have top seasons. We'll see what happens there. Tennessee has looked good with Native Mints. They're going to be a problem like they always are. South Carolina, we'll find out when they play
tough.
for games. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Georgia's look good with Jake Wilkins and Jeremiah Wilkinson, but again, haven't been really battle tested yet. We'll find out about them soon. Ole
Vanderbilt,
Miss, I definitely worries me. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
They're a very good basketball team.
beat
Put
Memphis.
up some big wins, beat Memphis. Texas has a really good head coach in Sean Miller, right? Always got to stay acquainted for that. He always has his teams play at a high level, and you can't forget about Kentucky. The rest of that, also Florida. Got to throw Florida in there. That's
Arkansas.
the national champion. Arkansas as well with Coach Calipari. But I'm telling you, definitely have those conferences, but those teams can step up for sure.
Cal, how you feel about Cal? I know that the 3-0.
I got to see. They lost a lot. No Andre Stojakovic, no Jeremiah Wilkins. I haven't watched them yet, so I can't really say too much. I have to study them a little bit.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I just want to bring that point up. I thought it wasn't the topic, but it's just interesting to see the early battles.
100%, man. What's good, brother? Appreciate you tuning in. Roll Tide. Hey, man, Roll Tide they got rolled on by Purdue, but nonetheless, appreciate you tapping in, brother. Any questions? You know what I'm saying? Any favors? Within reason, favors. I'm just playing with you, brother, but appreciate you tapping in, man. Another poll with top 10 freshmen, man. We'll get into more talking points. I remember that, man. He boy this clipper hitting us over the head with these polls. Stay tuned. This is gonna be a good one. We'll talk about Caleb Wilson. This is an electric freshman class.
I'm just so glad to see him number one. He's been so, like, I won't say slept on, but just never like, oh, maybe 6, maybe 7, maybe 8. I just love that he's number one on this list. So shout out to them and Jamie Shaw. I think who put this together. Outstanding. Now I'm gonna critique the list a little bit of guys that should move up and down, but Caleb Wilson, without a doubt, has had the biggest impact, and he's made UNC hoops fun. They love this kid. They talk about the motor he plays with. He's selling out the crowds. They're not even playing top opponents besides Kansas. Like, deserves to be number one on this list. His impact is crazy, and I know Coach said top 14 pick, top 13 for lottery. Caleb Wilson keep playing like this, bro. He gonna be top 2, top 3, and maybe number 1 overall if he keeps it up.
That's fact. The boy telling them what to wear. I mean, so everybody wear. I don't even think the school push it. Everybody wear white. Man, everybody wear white in the student section. That's tough. Caleb Wilson a star, man. I expect.
And he gonna mess around and save Hubert Davis' job.
He gonna save Hubie's job.
and not to bring up football, but this is what we mean when we say freshman and having an impact. Like, this is what we mean, y'all. Like, helping save somebody's job. Like, really, that was supposed to be it real quick for Florida with Billy Napier and DJ Lagway. Didn't turn out to be that way. Lagway has regressed. When you're taking a shot on a freshman, this is what you're expecting in the level for them to produce and help out your football team or basketball team, whatever it may be. Caleb has done that.
Hand over fist for sure. So who were you expecting to move up and down?
Yeah, so I'm not really changing. I'm keeping Caleb 1, Cole Pete 2. I'm putting DeBonsta 3 because DeBonsta's produced. Darren Peterson 4. Darren Peterson did ball in that game against UNC. That's just my personal preference. I like Darren Peterson. It's not a knock on him. I'm moving Cam Boozer down. Cam Boozer's been a mixed bag. He hasn't performed. I feel like other players are stepping up for Duke right now. The Isaiah Evans, his brother, like, he's played decent this year, but he doesn't deserve to be top 5. Respectfully. Don't say what you want. I'm moving Nate Amit up to that top 5 spot for me personally. You know what I'm saying? I think he deserves to be on that list. They had a great start to the year. Again, they haven't played necessarily that top-ranked opponent, that blockbuster yet, but Amit has been balling. He's had a bigger impact to me. So I'm moving Nate Amit up. I'm moving Michael Brown up. I might even put him over Nate Ament. You know what I'm saying? At the actually, I am. I'm gonna put Michael Brown number 5 and Nate Ament right below him because Michael Brown and what he's doing, he's just fun to watch. And then he's not just looking to only score for himself. He's setting up playmaking opportunities. He's getting his teammates involved. He's making Louisville basketball fun. Like that, no way in hell he should be not. He should be way more up for me. So I'm Sasha knows Neil Keelis, Avitalis. He's had a good start to the season. Keelan Wagler has been good. The reason I moved those down is because they've had a 3 for 13 shooting night, right? They've had struggles here and there. Same with Cam Bougie. I moved those down. And then I will move Muhammad Silla up. 3 double-doubles to start his Georgia Tech career. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he had the missed dunk in that struggle game against, SE Louisiana. They've had their struggles. But like I said, that all starts with guard play and playing the right people at the right positions. But Mohamed Silla is going to be a guy that has a big impact for them. Still trying to figure it out with Baydongo, who's getting into shape and things like that. But I might move him to number like 8 or number 9. But I like Keaton Wagler. I like those guys. The other guy I will move into this list, Johan Grunlow. I like that kid. He had 7 blocks in one of their victories here recently. Just plays really good defensive side of the ball. He doesn't necessarily impact to the way that these players do on the offensive side of the ball. He can score. He plays it within the role of the offense. They have really good shooting, but he also plays really good defense as well and rebounds the basketball at a high level. So that's one player I would put on this list. That's how I would do it.
Yeah, it's not a bad move. I think Cam Boozer is still the unquestioned vocal leader on the Blue Devils, but I mean, it's only a matter of time for me when he's gonna do he's gonna take that next step and be consistent offensively. But right now, just a vocal leader, man. But we'll move into the quad 1 segment. For everybody, like, man, we're hearing a lot about this quad 1 thing. Started last year, quad 1, quad 2, quad 3 wins.
It's something football needs badly because y'all know about my tangent with the college. The rankings were terrible, but y'all know how I felt about that. But football needs that, and quad 1 and it's very important because this helps your resume. So when you have the bracketology and the committee looking at your resume, like that Purdue win today against Bama on the road, that does a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, I think it's top 30, team in net ranking. You have to get in order to get a win. I think on a neutral setting, it might be lower than that, but very important. But Bacon, I'm gonna let you take it away and explain it. But very big win as an example to show early on in the season a very big victory. So it would be like, let's say it's a team like Georgia Tech, they go on the road to a ranked Auburn and they pick up a win. That is a quad 1 win because they're top 30 in net. So you have to check the net rankings, which is on NCAA.com, or you can check different things that have the net rankings. So remember, there's a net between 1 and I think obviously all the college basketball programs. So very important. Another one, let's say you're at home as a top 25 team. Let's say for Georgia Tech, you need a quad 1 win. It's probably going to be UNC this year. That is a quad 1 victory for you. They're one of the top 30 teams in net, right? Virginia, if they keep going how they're going, if Georgia Tech can beat Virginia, that's going to be a quad 1 win. Same thing with Louisville. They're top in the net rankings. If Tech can get a win against them, that is going to be a quad 1 win. All those are important. The more quad 1 wins you have, the AP top 25 wins you have, it helps your resume.
Well said, man. I'll get right into it. Won't waste anybody's time. The quad 1 or quad wins or quadrant 1 win are those games, as Nas said, versus ranked opponents that ranked 1 through 30, right? For home games. So if you're playing a team that's ranked 1 through 30 for home games, that's a quad 1 win. Now for neutral sites, so when let's just say UGA, Georgia Tech, they would play at the Phillips State Farm Arena. That's a neutral site. If you beat a team that's ranked 1 through 50, that is a quad 1 win. Now, if you're on the road, you're playing a team that's ranked 1 through 75, and you win, that would be considered a quad 1 win. And quad 2 wins are for the home games 31 through 75, neutral 51 through 100, away victories 76 135, and so obviously the numbers will decrease for quad 4, 161 to 353 ranks. So those are You know what I mean? You know how that goes. But so that's should answer a lot of questions on what quad 1 through 4 wins are. Home, neutral, and away sides are all weighted on different scales. So we won't go through the films, but I'll just go through the stat line. We're already kind of cramped on time. So unknown college stars, or some stars that you don't know that you will know soon.
Kai Fleming.
Say it again.
Kai Fleming.
Kai Fleming. Kai Fleming for
He's known to us, Bacon. He ain't known nationally though.
That's true. Kai Fleming is definitely one. I'm not sure. I would say he's averaging like 12 to 15. I think 12. Not sure now. They'll double check me. But yeah,
9.7.
9.7.
He's had double figures in his last 2 games though.
Yeah, Kai Fleming's gonna be. He'll be a name that's, especially if Kentucky. I mean, I could tell you if Georgia Tech a win and bring it to the Sweet 16, they'll definitely know his name and probably that whole roster. Cam Craft, like Cam Boozer, it's only a matter of time before he finds it. You know what I mean? He had a new gym. You know what I mean? Coming from Ohio, he'll get it together. But Ben Larry Johnson, I'm sure a lot of people know about Larry Johnson from Savannah. I'm saying had 30 points, 7 rebounds, 75% shooting for McNeese off the bench. 18 minutes. This was a couple of games before. This isn't exactly current. This is for last week. But Larry Johnson, Ben Bradford, sophomore at Maryland, 31 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 52% from the field. Sophomore getting it done at Maryland. We all know what to do at the DMV. Them boys can hoop. I think he's a local guy. And Asher Woods, a hometown hero that everybody should know about in Georgia, played at Parkview. You know what I'm saying? Averaging 24 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. I believe he's at Tulane. So shout out to him, know his fam. Asher Woods is one of them ones for sure. And then last but not least, man, Diane Nisa, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 61% from the field that night. Sophomore from Geneva, Switzerland, played for the international team this summer, I believe 19U, and was tearing it up. So I think he's going to be a potential. I think he could be a lottery pick. Diane Nisa will be a lottery pick, mark my words, when it's time. If it comes out this year, his brother's something special. That'll conclude college basketball, and I would say, men's college basketball. That's going to take us into the women's basketball section. We're going to, we got some news, man. A young lady from Georgia, who's from Georgia, committed to Tennessee. So I'm sure Naj probably knows about that. He's right. Do you still finagle with Tennessee?
Yeah, I haven't had a lot going on, so I haven't had a chance to go like deep into the site as I was before. But yeah, I don't have any issue with them. Yeah.
All good, man. Well, Gabby minus Hebron Christian, she committed to Tennessee, man, joining the likes of Olivia Edwards. Man, coach is, she's built something special. It's easy to fall in love with her system. You know what I'm saying? Play defense. Got to be in shape to play defense, run around, shoot threes, get to the cup. It's a fun system to play for. So, I mean, Tennessee basketball will continue to rise. So definitely wanted to shout her out. Let's see. Well, let's just check out OTR. Man, OTR's top 10. I'm sorry. It's the wrong one. OTR top 10. Dang, I linked the boys link. That's what it is. Oh, here it is. OTR's top 10 high school, or top 10 sophomores high school basketball. I probably should just combine this in the high school segment. But real quick, Leah DeWitt, if you don't know who that is, man, you late. What's her name? Out of Oklahoma. Well, you could think Caitlin Clark too. I mean, Leah DeWitt is tough, man. She's gonna be a mega star when the time is right. Morgan Reckley, Sandy Creek, she can go. She's real shifty. Think kind of Malaysia for a while, but maybe Malaysia for a while. Jasmine Maddox, Ashley Dunn out of Cherokee, Kenzie Hickson out of North Paulden, Leah Pollock out of North Coney, and J-Lo Walton, Southwest DeKalb, Ali J. Bull out of Chastity. Man, this list right small. Blakely Ledford out of Murray County, and Kamari Sanders out of Modell, man. Top 10 high school basketball ladies, sophomore that you need to know for sure. Any remarks on this, Naj?
Yeah, Leah Pollock's a dog. She's really good, man. Really good game. Very impressive. Like the way she plays the game of basketball out of Norfolk Coney. Doesn't get talked about enough, but watch her this year for Norfolk Coney. She's a stud. And then Jasmine Madison Newton, really strong game. Makes them special. Newton's a very slept-on girls basketball team, but I think they ended up winning the state championship last year, if I'm not mistaken. She comes back. She's young. She got some of that experience last year. They're once again going to be really good. And then Kenzie Hickson, very good. I got a chance to see her when I was calling games back in, I want to say back in the day, but last year. She could do a little bit of everything. Sophomore, guard, put the ball on the floor. She was playing a lot of PT as a true freshman. Girl can go at a high level, man. So good to see her get a little bit of burn. But yeah, she's very good and only scratching the surface of her potential as well.
100%. But if you don't pick up anything, man, you need to tap in and buy a ticket, get on NFHS and watch Morgan Reckley, and definitely watch Leah do it, man. They're all talented and all fun to watch. But those two, man, it's a different level of basketball for sure. Right. And but now I said Leah DeWitt, she is elite. Let's see. Let's see who we want to watch. Leah Chavez was the name I was trying to think about. But we're gonna watch one highlight tapes of some women's college basketball. A name we all need to know and pay attention. They're calling it right now the Shaq of college basketball. Shaquilla, if you will. So Audie Crooks, she had 43 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 18 for 23, 22 or 20.
And how they'll step up.
Man, she just got it working, man. You know what I mean? She got the footwork, which is Coach Brick said it. Footwork sets you apart. You know what I mean? But just watch how slick she is. You know what I'm saying? Reverse. You know what I'm saying? This is a little dip. You can't do nothing with that. And she got a little jumper. Try to set up a wall, pull up. Watch your foot. Come on now. Watch her feet now. Watch her feet. She's going to get the rebound. They can't handle her, man. Get out the way. Don't try to take the charge on me, girl. Get off me. Got the pin right there. One-handed grab looking like Odell. Pocket pass. I believe she's playing with Arizona transfer. I can't remember her name. That's her right there, number 2, top of the key. But what's your thoughts on Miss Audie? Is it Audie?
She had a good game.
Yeah.
You know, definitely give her credit. She did what she supposed to do. Good low paint presence. I take it with a grain of salt though. Take it with a grain of salt.
What you mean? Grain of salt?
Who she played? No, bro. She like I got to see her play against an elite opponent. Like,
yo, she's one of the top players in college basketball.
I respect it, brother. You didn't let me finish. You go and do that against Notre Dame, they send a Hannah Hidalgo to you. They're gonna go rip and try to steal that basketball. So 16 steals the other night. All right. You go play South Carolina. They got the beef up front to deal with that. Okay. They didn't send out one trap, one double team. They let her go one-on-one ISO ball. No. She's a good player. She's a great player. I just want to see against the more elite coaches like the LSUs and Kim Mulkey, the South Carolinas with Dawn Staley, the Notre Dames, even the UCLA's. What you seen Lauren before?
Beast, bro. You can't throw UCLA around like that.
Why can't throw UCLA?
They got lower bids. They got some big girls up there.
That's my point. When you become, you saying this is one of the top players, we put you up against the top teams and see what you can do. This is what you might see in the tournament in March.
She gonna give you hell.
I want to see that because that's a potential lotto pick. How do you perform against them? Again, it's a great performance. Give her her credit. She dominated. She did what she was supposed to do. But what separates you is you did what you're supposed to do against an inferior opponent. Can you also do that again against higher level coaching, higher level teams? That's why I said just pump the brakes a little bit. Great performance, good post game, good jump shot.
Where
She was supposed
she
to
had
do.
that ice skate on them girls?
You take a grain of salt, bro. She's not gonna face Valsbury all the time.
I agree with you, brother. You know what I'm saying? 42, you know what I mean? She plays some competition on her level. It's probably a 30.9, man. You know, so I think you need, you know what I'm saying? Give Miss Artie Cruz some respect.
I'm giving the respect, but again, you play Valsbury. You didn't play
20 minutes. She didn't play the whole game, brother.
She didn't need to. They didn't send a double her way the whole game.
They put up a wall for her. They did put up a wall for her. She got what she do.
That's not when you play elite teams and you play some of the best in your conference alone. You're gonna see a whole different kind of defense.
Now, she was to that. I agree with you. But you got Jada Williams, Arizona transfer on the outside, slam player. You know what I'm saying? 4-star. I believe she came out. She came out with Juju. Juju. But I agree. I mean, we'll see, brother. But NBA news, man. LeBron nears return for the Los Angeles Lakers. That's gonna be something to keep an eye on. And last topic for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is we see John Morant's having some problems in Memphis. He came out the other day and said, man, he asked our Jazz Josh something like we ask him. So I mean, everybody hasn't really been blowing up yet. I think they talked about it on first tape, but brother, where do you think John Morant could possibly land at?
Yes, I did a little list. So I said Clippers. They just lost Bradley Beal for the rest of the season. Hip injury, fractured hip, I guess. I try to tell people about the Clippers, man, and they're just old. I think, Bradley Beal, we'll see how he comes back. I don't wish nothing on nobody. Great dude, but just can never stay healthy at this point, man. So it's like, what are you really investing in? So I said Clippers, especially now with Bradley Beal being injured. You still got James Harden, but that's another piece you can pair along with. In Minnesota, him and Anthony Edwards, I think, will be lethal. You see how competitive he is. That's going to kind of sphere off a little bit on him. You got the young kid and obviously Rob Dillingham. But that might be something you'd be willing to parlay to a Memphis to go get him. A younger guy that can go and blossom there potentially. But if you Minnesota, you like one piece away. Now, how him and Ant, who are two ball dominant guards, kind of play with each other, it'll be a new challenge. But you got some firepower knowing that they double you, Ant. You got a guy that can go get a bucket. You got a guy that can you know what I'm saying, shoot the basketball. That will help you out a lot. So I said there, and I said also I said Sacramento. Might not want to go there, but they're looking to get rid of Zach LaVine, and obviously DeMar DeRozan, from what I heard per reports. So that would be a potential place. I could also see him definitely go. But there's not a lot of options. Maybe Miami. They got Tyler Hero. They're having a pretty good season. Maybe the Heat, but where would you fit? I feel like those would be the top spots. Where else would he go?
I think it was one more. Somebody said that was probably the most intriguing. Somebody said something about the Rockets. I'm not sure. The Rockets don't feel right. I think pairing him with Anthony Edwards, that's intriguing to me. I think it'll work. You know what I mean, kind of two similar type of personalities. I think that'll work. Let me see. Not Portland, not Cleveland. Should I send Trae Young so fast to John Morant? Golden State, San Antonio. I can't remember. It might have just been at Minnesota, but I thought I heard one that sounded like a lot. Very intriguing. But yeah, I mean Minnesota's probably the best one. Yeah. I want to say I heard something about the Rockets. But yeah, I think Minnesota. Let's just roll Minnesota just to be safe. Minnesota, Sacramento. They just don't win. That'd be you might get the bag, and that might be cool to be out there in more sunlight in California. But taxes is high. So you might want to go. You might well just go on down there in Minnesota. Probably tax a little cheaper. Cost of living a little cheaper, right? And probably it would get you in some Sprite commercials. You are with you with Nike, so you probably can't get no Adidas bag, but you can get you some Sprite commercials. So man. But ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna, unless you got any last remarks, brother, that's gonna conclude the Just As a News Hoops podcast.
Last thing we got out of here, I just want to mention, I'll make it quick, like 30-second answer. Dumbest trade in NBA history, trading Luka Doncic. I know that was one of your topics. Dumbest thing ever. I mean, I know people are gonna say, well, it's not really Nico's fault. They co-signed off it. I understand, and I know Charles Barkley said they're making him a scapegoat. It was still stupid. You work with players like Luka. That's a generational talent. You don't trade away generational talents. For a guy, no disrespect to Anthony Davis, not NBA champion, past his prime now. Looks bigger, can never stay healthy. He's played 14 or 46 games for the Mavs. And you traded him for that. And then they're also looking to move Anthony Davis and obviously Kyrie Irving. Just dumb, bro. You build around Luka. Luka got you to a NBA finals. You build around that. Game 6. All you had to do is sit down with Luka. Hey, we need you to buy into your body. We need you to take the next step defensively. That's all you had to say. Stupid. I'll leave it at that.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you tuning in. We will see you Saturday. College football show. If not Saturday, we'll see you Monday for the football show. So until then, enjoy the rest of your night, man. You know what I'm saying? Say your prayers, and we'll see y'all.